Hello, everyone. Welcome to HNC Level 4, Unit 9, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management. We will cover learning outcome 2 today. This is Saida Moshada Sokra. I will be going through the contents today. We are planning to discuss learning outcome 2, which covers the impact of small business on the economy. Definition of creativity. Creativity is the act of turning new and imaginative ideas into reality. Creativity is characterized by the ability to perceive the world in new ways, to find hidden patterns, to make connection between seemingly unrelated phenomena, and to generate solutions. Next coming is the definition for innovation. The word innovation itself signifies its meaning as transformation of an idea into reality. So in the purest sense, innovation can be described as something new and effective that is introduced to the market that fulfills the needs of the customers by delivering better products and services. So if you look at the main source generating business and entrepreneur ideas, these are the 10 sources listed, out of which are the past work experience, hobbies and interests, strengths and abilities, friends and families, distribution channel, travel, reading books and magazines, current trends, research organization, and the web. The past work experience is a very good source of generating entrepreneur ideas. So if you have been working somewhere for the past few years and you have gained some experience and you know how to you have gained some experience in that field and have been professionally exposed to various other fields, and you have developed contacts between the company and elsewhere in the industry as well. So you have picked up skills which you may have received through your training in a specialized subject. So now you need to figure out what you have learned in all those years and how does this help you to choose a good business start. Hobbies and interests are a great source to generate entrepreneurs' ideas. So taking a look at what you enjoy doing during your leisure time is a good way to look at the business ideas. So hobbies are meant to reduce our boredom or dissatisfaction at work. So you need to explore both formal hobbies and informal hobbies. So informal hobbies are like stamp collection, badminton, and classical music, whereas informal leisure activities such as walking, yoga, or cooking. For example, if you like playing cricket, so you can start up sports goods shops, specializing in cricket, manufacturing protective gear, or start a local cricket magazine, or even a cricket training camp. Look at the strengths and abilities. So we know what our strengths and what our abilities are. We are well aware of our weaknesses as well. So all you need to do is list down your strength and weakness. So list your top 10 accomplishments and list the skill and the personal attributes that you applied while achieving those accomplishments. The more commonly occurring ones are your major strength. So look at what you enjoy and what you're doing good at, and then try combining all them into a business idea and you're going to start. So if you love painting, so you should choose a store where you can sell your painting. But if you don't like painting, you should not open a painting store, right? Whereas maybe you are really good at communication. So you can think of starting up a business, selling work for new artists to hotels and offices. Friends and family are a great source to generate entrepreneurship ideas. So when you consult your ideas with your friends and family members and tell them to have a look at your ideas, the close to you might have also thought of starting a business as well. So you can take advantage of their work experience and interest to generate that. That would be really useful in analyzing all those business ideas. So an interesting way in which you can get them together would be in a focus group. So you can invite some of the people from the domain that you want to start your business and have proper knowledge in that domain can join you in the focus group. For example, if you want to discuss business opportunities in automobile sector, invite someone who may, have been working in automobile company. Distribution channels are also a great source on generating entrepreneur ideas. So the retailer and the distributor are the people that are closest to the customers. So no one knows better of the customer's perspective than them. So they can give you the raw data from the customers. So most distribution dealers deals with wide variety of products. So the experience may be across the industry as well. So they will be able to tell us which product are going to do good in which market and what are the various problems in different industry. The retailer will also be in position to give us the first-hand data report of the customer behavior. So often distribution channels give us the idea or suggestion of completely new products. When we travel around the globe, we pick up the best thing we like in different country, in different culture. So we can develop ideas when we travel to different parts of the country or different countries as well. So see different ways of doing things or products that may work really good at home. So travel makes you aware of the alternatives. So when you visit a major city, rather than looking at the tourist attraction, an entrepreneur-minded person will prefer visiting entrepreneur stores. They will prefer visiting superstores where they can see how they display their product, how they manage their customer queues, and how they manage crowds, how they engage with their customers. So those entrepreneurs will look into the perspective of customers' engagement, customer dealings in those departmental stores. Books and magazines are a great source to generate business ideas. So business publications and periodicals are a good source to generate idea as they write on the current trends in the industry. Best practices are legal issues and general business environment. Business magazines are a good source to generate knowledge and business ideas as well. Following the current trend give entrepreneurs more idea on the opportunities in the market. So it's important to keep an eye on the current trends, looking at the world around you and see where it's headed. So what new opportunities are coming on, what does the trends are bringing up? We can have a look when we follow the current trends. For example, double income families may mean greater demand for household security, ready-made foods. So we have to keep an eye when we target products towards them. Research organizations are also another great source to generate business idea. So across the country, there are many business organizations, even some universities engage in developing new technology and commercialize them. So if you visit any of the lab now, you have no idea what they're going through, and we will be surprised at the amount of relevant work they're going there, the amount of relevant things they're researching for future needs. The web or the internet is a great source for a business generating ideas. So the internet has today become one of the most important search engine tool for us, where we can find so much information at our fingertips, get information in the virtual world and use it in conjunction with what you can gather in the real world. For example, if you want to know about a cup filling machines or find the manufacturer for a cup filling machine on the net, get the contact, find the number, find the address, meet him or her, and find out ways how you want it to know. So you get everything, every information just in a fingertip. Next comes social enterprise. So a social enterprise is a business that's defined as a business that specifies social objectives to serve as primary purpose. So the main purpose of social enterprise are to serve the society. They are not profit oriented. So social enterprise seeks to maximize profits while benefiting the society and the environment. The profit are principally used to fund social programs. So on a general basis, the social enterprise business achieves specific social objectives such as support services for elderly, develop product or services needed by the community, creating employment and training opportunities for socially disadvantaged people, protecting the environment, and so on. So in other words, the primary objective for social enterprises is to achieve social objectives rather than maximizing profit for distribution of the shareholders. Here are the few characteristics of social enterprise. It can be a company limited by guarantee, incorporated organization, or cooperative. The income is product or services or fundraising. This cannot be traded for profit. provides income generating skills, profit are reinvested, operated by a board of committee members, and socially responsible business, create value outside the business, driven by social impact. If you look at the comparison between traditional charity, social enterprise, and social business, so a traditional charity is a company limited by guarantee, incorporated association, Aboriginal corporation, registered with HNC. Whereas a social enterprise is also similar to a traditional charity. It's a company limited by guarantee, incorporated association, Aboriginal corporation, or cooperative. But if you look at traditional business, they are a bit different. They are sole traders, company owned by partnership, may also be held by a trust, registered under ASIC. So if you look at the ownership of traditional charity, they are governed by a board of committee of management, which is similar to a social enterprise. They are also governed by a committee or board of management, but it's sort of different when it's for traditional business because it's owned by individual, partnership, or multiple shareholders. Traditional charity and social enterprise cannot be traded for profit, whereas a traditional business can be traded instead of in exchange of profit. The income source for traditional charity is through donation, philanthropy, fundraising, and grants, whereas the source of income for social enterprise are through trade, fundraising, and grants. But it's completely different for traditional business as their income is through trade, and they can receive grants and loans from the bank. Importance of social enterprise. The social capital and entrepreneurship plays a key role in development. Social capital is an important factor in the disseminating knowledge across the society in general and the business in particular. By facilitating the flow of information and the transfer of innovation and entrepreneurship, this affects economic development by increasing the income level or reducing the unemployment level. Entrepreneurship also plays a significant role in the regional growth as well. Moreover, for any given level of industry, spending the level of entrepreneurial activity determines how much benefit a state can gather from the research activity. If you look at the screen, a few examples of social enterprise, the first picture that we see is by Warby Parker. This is an American eyeglass brand, which does its social part by campaigning, buy a pair, give a pair. So they say when you buy a pair from Parky Weber, they are gonna donate a pair to the one that is in need. So many social enterprise successfully maximize improvements in social well-being. So Parby Walker is a retailer that donates a pair of gloves to someone in need for every pair that is being sold. The next example is from Cont. It's a Californian-based retailer, which is similar to Parby Weber, where they say have the pledge that they donate a pair of shoes or sunglasses for every pair sold. They also contribute towards climate smart trends business and gives them software tools that they let them track and cut their greenhouse gas emissions. Another example for social enterprise is Closing the Loop. It's a social enterprise that collects and recycles electronic waste in countries that lack waste recycling infrastructure. So this offers a B2B solution called waste compensation. So this will not only help companies engage in waste-free procurement of electronics, but also put sustainability and circularity on the map of tech world. So if you look at the difference between commercial and social entrepreneurship, so the most fundamental difference between commercial and social entrepreneurship is the mission or purpose of the business. The purpose of commercial enterprise is to create profits, while the purpose of social entrepreneurship is to create value for the public. The goal of social entrepreneurship does not involve profit, but social entrepreneurs still need to monitor profit-oriented measures, including revenues and costs. So in this sense, profit remains somewhat important, but social value dominates the goal structure of social enterprise. If you look at the second difference between second difference, so commercialization and social entrepreneurship involves the ability of resources such as funding, and employees. So unlike commercial entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship face difficulties while attracting investors, venture capitalists, or banks. Instead, social enterprise rely more on the donation as a source of their funding. So social enterprise at times faces difficulty while hiring employees because social enterprise often do not have the capacity to pay attractive salary to their employees. So they must focus on hiring employees who share the same organizational purpose. So when employees are able to share the same organizational purpose, they're more likely to work for lower salaries. So in fact, many social enterprises rely on volunteer workers to help them fulfill their mission. If you look at the third difference, commercial and social entrepreneurship also differs in terms of the performance measure. Commercial enterprise, for example, focus on quantitative measures such as profit, shareholder wealth, revenue, and cost. In contrast, the social enterprise focuses less quantitative performance measures that are not related to money. The successful factors in social entrepreneurship are similar to commercial entrepreneurship and organization. Capital base is also important for social enterprise. So at the same time, capital is perhaps even more important for social enterprise because they don't have access to the venture capital and bank financing available for commercial entrepreneurs. The acceptance of a particular social enterprise, social value influence the performance of its organization. So when a large segment of society supports a social entrepreneur cause, the social enterprise is likely to gather the fund and employees or volunteers needed for success. For example, the National Association of Parents for the Visually Impaired Children in Israel faced difficulties raising the necessary resources because few members of the society found the organization worthy to support. So they were not having enough supporters in order to carry on their business. Social economy creates flexible employment, active citizenship, service to people, decentralized welfare, safeguard for human rights, strong local development policies, and social cooperation. So in an economy in which more varied actors are part, from cooperatives to mutual aid associations, foundations, and voluntary associations, and other bodies whose common denominators is non-profit. Next, we will look at what are intellectual property rights and what are the ways in how we can protect the intellectual property rights. So this represents an important asset to the entrepreneur. Intellectual property rights should be understood even before engaging the service of the attorney. So the intellectual property rights include patent, trademark, copyrights, and trade secrets. In order to protect all of these, we need to hire a lawyer. So how an entrepreneur can select a lawyer? An entrepreneur needs to be aware of any regulation that may affect the venture. So a lawyer may work on a rental basis or may be hired for a one-time fee. A good working relationship with a lawyer can ease some of the risk in starting a new business. And this also gives the entrepreneur the necessary confidence. And the entrepreneurs can offer lawyers stock in exchange for the service that they provide. The first intellectual property is copyright. This is the right given to prevent others from printing, copying, or publishing any original work of authorship. So issues are surrounded to access to materials on the internet that have led to major battles for the entertainment industry. So copyright is a necessary requirement in the entertainment industry as well. So the copyrights are registered with the Library of Congress, and the term of the copyright is valid for the lifetime of the author plus 70 years. Next intellectual property is trademark. Business uses symbol, design, logo, and catchphrases as part of their marketing strategy and identity. So it's this image and words that help a company connect to its customers. Thus need to protect from possible commercial sabotage who might use or copy the design of their own economic gain. So the trademark, we can see the logo for McDonald's and the logo for Starbucks. We can see the McDonald's logo, it's being patented. That's why it shows an R at the right. And if we see the logo for Starbucks, we can see a TM, which indicates the trademark. So these are the distinguished words, name, or symbol used to identify a product. So these logos can last for an indefinite time, and it can be filled solely on the intent to use the trademark in interstate or foreign commerce, also with the intent to use it in the future. How a companies can register for a trademark, they can register themselves by fulfilling four requirements. First, they need to complete a written form, a drawing of the mark, 5 specimens showing the actual use of the mark, and then to pay for the fees. The initial determination of the suitability might take up to 3 months. The entrepreneur has the right to appeal in case if it's refused. The next intellectual property is trade secrets. So this provides the protection against other revealing or disclosing information that could be damaging to the business. So trade secrets have a life as long as the idea or the process remains a secret. It is not covered by any federal law, but recognized under a governing body by common law in each state. So employees may be asked to sign a confidential information agreement. So entrepreneurs need to take proper care and precaution for it. Legal action is only possible after the secret have been revealed. Next intellectual property is patent. So grant holders protection from other making, using, or selling similar ideas issued by the Patent or Trademark Office. So patents are of 3 types: utility patent, protection of new, useful, and unobvious processes, machine, composition of matter, and articles of manufacturer. So this term lasts for 20 years. The next one is design patent. This covers new, original, ornamental, and unobvious design for articles of manufacture. And this term lasts for 14 years. And the next one is the plant patent. This is given to new varieties of plants, and the contract lasts till 20 years. The provisional application process for patent is the initial application process to the PTO, providing evidence of the first to the market. So this gives the right to the patent based on the concept to first to file. The actual filing the patent is in its final form must occur no later than 12 months after provisional disclosure document is filed. The process for patent application have 3 stages. The first is the introduction, which consists of the background and advantages of the invention, the problem that it overcomes, and how the invention differs from existing offering. Next is the description of invention. This includes a detailed description of the invention and of the drawing that accompany it. Third is the claim, specifying what the entrepreneur is trying to patent. The application should contain a declaration signed by the inventor. Next comes patent infringement. Many business invention or inventions are results of improvement on or modification of existing product. So copying and improving on a product may be perfectly legal and a good business strategy. So if patent infringement is unavoidable, the entrepreneur may try to license the product from the patent holder. It is advisable to hire a patent attorney to ensure there is no possibility of infringement. The advantage of patent is like it protects your invention, drive for innovation. This is a source of income as well, because some business license the patent for others to use it or sell it as with any assets. So this can provide an important source of revenue for your business. So indeed, some business exists solely to collect the royalties from the patents they have licensed, perhaps in combination with registered designs and trademark. Why is it important to protect intellectual rights? Because if we protect our intellectual property right, this will set our business apart from competitors. It can be sold or licensed, providing an important revenue stream. This will offer customer new and different things. This is a form of essential part of marketing or branding, and this can be used as a security for loans. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining.